Chapter 1. The Land of Smiles.
Krungtep Mahanakonamon Ratanago Sin Mahatara Ayutya Mahadilop Popnop Parat Ratchani Burirum Udom Ratchani Wet Mahatatan Amon Piman Awatan Satit Saka Atya with Sanukam Prasid.
Yeah. Do you know what, or to be precise, where this is? It's more commonly known as Krungtep by the Thais, and good old Bangkok to us Farangs or foreigners. The year was 2002. Me and Mad Scotty, one of my smuggling buddies, had a bet who could pronounce the full name first for 1,000 baht. 15 quid back then. None of us won the bet. Scotty was murdered in Pattaya just before I got released. He was a top lad, and such a character. I really miss him. But that's for later. So how the hell did I end up in a Japanese prison? Well, after a bad breakup, I was on the whiplash trying to bone anything that I could get my hands on, and drinking myself stupid every night. It doesn't take long for that to get boring. Plus, living in a small village, the lady Sue sussed me out for the mucky sod that I was. Shifty, a mate of mine who I was working with, was always banging on about going to Thailand for a holiday. My heart was broken with the breakup, and my back was broken from being on the line all day laying bricks. In my present state of mind, I'd had enough of hearing about it, so I said to him, right, instead of just talking about it, let's fucking do it. Get me on that plane. I so needed a change, and when we landed, I made sure to leave all that shit behind me. Oh my, when the doors open and you walk into the stifling midday heat of Bangkok, it literally takes your breath away. All I want is a brew and a fag, but I'm just overwhelmed by this wall of intensity. Over here I feel like a giant, being constantly badgered by these little brown people, all jostling to blag the game. Taxi? Hotel? Mr. Taxi for you? Special cheap. Hotel? Sexy lady? I managed to get me caffeine and nicotine straightener, which pulls me out the madness, and I just observe, taking it all in. We're here. We're bloody here. I finish up and brace myself for the inevitable madness of the taxi ride. The traffic was chock-a-block, an absolute bloody nightmare. The odd-looking tuk-tuks and all the motorbikes driving about like loons on speed, weaving in and out, through, up, over and under, any way possible to get to where they're going. One of the first things that strikes most of us Westerners is the unintelligible number of electric cables sprawling out like a pissed spider's web just overhead. It's just chaos. It looks about as safe as tap dancing on a landmine. We stopped at the Ambassador Hotel near to Soi 20, which is one of the many bar areas. I'd previously heard of Pat Pong, which is an area well known for the ping pong and ladyboy shows, but to me it sounded like a London Soho scam type place, which it bloody well is, to be honest. Although, over the years I have ventured in and I've had some cracking nights, but it's not for the newbie, as we very much were. The first time over there you stand out by a mile, with a constant look of, what the fuck? Just walking down the street is a feat in itself. Constantly on the lookout for potholes, stray dogs, cats, monkeys, snakes, motorbikes, blaggers and beggars to name a few. All the while with sweat dripping off you, constantly saying, fuck me, it's hot. As I walked past a workman wearing a balaclava hat like a crap Spider-Man with a woolly jumper on. Walking around the food stalls and bug trucks with a constant grimace as I watch in amazement that these creatures can be eaten. Elephants on the scrounge. Big fuck-off elephants walking up and down with their master on their blag. I even saw a big crowd screaming and shouting like the Russian roulette scene from the Deer Hunter. All gathered round a steel bin betting on who would win between a hedgehog and a rat. The hedgehog won on point. What is weird is the fact that over the years you get used to it. Trying out all these new foods was a challenge. The first real hot dish I tried was when I was sat at a bar watching the girls eating what looked like green beans in a thin-looking soup. One girl said, "Hey, you want to try?" "Is it hot?" I asked. She replied, "Spicy, nit noi." What? In a charades-type gesture for small, she replied, "Little." So Mr. Naive here had a go. I remember putting it in my mouth and straight away the brain sensing danger, telling the mouth, "Eject! Eject!" As my eyes widened in alarm, the girl shouted over, "Try, not die," which roughly translates as, "Have a go, you soft git, it won't bloody kill you." As soon as I crunched into it, A feeling of dread spread across my whole body. I quickly spat it out. All the girls were laughing. They all wanted the best, I guess. To them it really wasn't hot, but for me, not only was me gob on fire, my head was visibly glowing. Somehow my knees got in it, like when you get a good kick in the balls and it goes through your whole body. Well, this was the chilly version of that. The girls were all laughing hysterically, and proved there was more than one way of having a Farang's pants down. The girls, oh the girls. By now we all know about Thai women. There's so much information nowadays on YouTube and social media, etc. But back then, it was all new. Very new. Before going there, I did all the usual stories, and it did sound very sad that these poor girls, mostly underage, would be forced into prostitution or traffic somehow, and fat over-repulsive Westerners would be abusing these poor young girls for a pittance. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but I am saying that I haven't seen it in all the years I've been there. What I was beginning to see were these very strong, independent women. Sexy, hot, and very mischievous, using their wits and cunning to blag every last penny out of you in the most enjoyable way known to man. They were the masters of spotting fresh meat, the first timer. And in this case, that was me.